Hi, Eduardo. How are you?
Hey, Rachel. I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing good. It's nice and sunny and 80 degrees out here. So, posting it up.
Today, May 5th.
Fifth,
I
yep.
think it's a good day for tequila. So I'm not wrong.
Maybe
That's
later,
a
definitely.
Mexican date. Yes. Let's get some tips and hints out, and then we go for that.
That sounds good. Let's go. All right.
So,
Do you want to start
we
us
have
off?
today for you. Yeah, I can start. Yeah. Last week I was talking about, the calendar, and if you bring for us the calendar, please. And we were going over, the easiness and how to connect the calendar. Today, I'd like to kind of go in the same sense. So, from the calendar, when you have an appointment, how easy it is to start working on the case when you have the calendar with the patients there. So in Wise Option, what we did that I think it's pretty handy is from the appointment, if you right click right there on the appointment, you're going to have the options. And one of my preferred ones is when you select to open the customer and patient at the same time. So when you pick that option, Wise Option is going to keep your calendar on the first level tab and open one tab for the customer, and right after that, that one tab for each one of the patients. So right there at your fingertips, you could pick your first patient, and on the buttons, you can click for a new record. And with the new record, choose the type of invoice that you want to do. In that case today, let's do, outpatient is a good option. Options, the properties are preset. It memorizes your last options if you don't have anything to change. Always try to avoid some clicks. You click save and you have the invoice at your fingertips. Right off the calendar, it's very smooth. So, very straightforward. I love that feature.
Yeah, definitely. Well, something kind of I really like, especially in combination with, going right from the calendar to opening patient files, is trying to minimize the amount of time it takes for me to enter in all of my invoice procedures. I really like using the task finder for some things, but I really try and make as many macros as possible. So it's pretty easy, especially if I'm going through and I find that, as I'm going through trying to look through things on the task finder, and I decide, I'm like, hey, you know what? I've typed in Banamine 10 times. I should probably make a macro for it. It's so easy just to be able to select your quantity, come over here, and I can really easily from this bar up here just make a macro for Banamine, hit save, and it's done. And so back from the main page, I could just very simply come over here, add my comment, add my macro. I could even, if I wanted to change the unit price, I could hit enter. I think I misspelled it on my macro here. Yep, I just walked around the other end.
That's a good part of macro, right? Because each user can have the kind of acronym that you put to how it works for your brain.
Yes, yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah, I see. I like you. I love the task finder. Don't get me wrong. It's, at your fingertips, you can find any code, either by the code, by the description or nickname, whatever. Yet it amazes me the number of times that we see our users, and, I think we are creatures of habits, and we get so stick with the task finder, not knowing that we got already past that phase, and we are on the point that we are trying to save clicks and trying to save, keystrokes. Macros, yes, I love it. If you allow me, just besides that, my next one, the one that I reserved, is the digital circle sheets, the DCSs.
Yeah.
Kind of in the same idea, it's where you put together a list of the most popular codes you use in your day. So not only that, but I thought very sleek the fact that we put on the side the chance where you can create combinations or groups of your most popular codes. And here we call it digital circle sheets, mimicking what we saw coming from the clipboards with, you know, the actual paper that doctors were
Yes.
used to circle the,
Mhm.
you know, the sheets that they create with the codes. So we just digitalize the version of that, but you just click, 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 and you can create different combinations of codes, one for folds, one for colics, one for laceration, and so on. So your codes will be right there at your fingertips. But most of that, several clicks, you can enter several charges with one submit button, and Wise Option is going to respect the sequence that you put the codes. So I know that doctors like to see, you know, a timeline order, perfect, mimicking how things actually happen, and I love that feature because of that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, something kind of along that same lines that kind of go hand in hand with these digital circle sheets I really like using is this custom description wizard, especially for things like lamenesses, radiographs, joint injections. I mean, this is where I feel like this really shines quite a bit. So it's so easy to come over here and click on radiographs, and I can come over and click this my little wizard button here. And I've made a few here, but you can come through here and I can select all the different joints that I radiographed, and I can select multiple as I go down. And up here at the top, there's actually an option. If I wanted to, I could either do a single charge or a multiple charge. So basically it's either going to charge each, you know, an individual radiograph fee for one for the elbow joint with elbow joint in the comments, one for the fetlock joint with fetlock joint in the comments, or if I have multiple, which I really like, it will just charge radiographs quantity 3 and then have all of these joints in the comments. So it's a really nice way to keep all of your records in one while charging at the same time.
I see. You're going to be killing several birds with the same stone. You can do the combination of the comments. You can adjust the quantity. Looks very professional depending on the doctor. Some doctors like to have an invoice very detail oriented, one charge for each one. Other doctors like to keep the invoice a little bit shorter. So all the description in one single entry, whichever it's your preference, we can accommodate. Love that. Good call.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. And just in a few seconds, you had an invoice created just in a blink.
There you go.
Just one credit here. I would tell those two things are amazing to me. You know, of course, Task Finder is the default, but
yes.
If you are using Wise Option out there, we strongly encourage it. You're going to save hundreds, if not thousands, of clicks and keystrokes if you use your DCS and combination and macros in DCS.
Yes, definitely.
I think that was awesome. Good session for today. I look forward to for the next one. Let's create some new advices, and I hope to see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you all next week. Hope you all stay safe and well, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye, y'all.